Hey guys, I'm testing out the podcast gear here, so thought I'd do a quick little video and do something productive. So I've been talking a lot about passive income, and over the last few years, I've become a big fan of trying to build up passive income streams outside of your main job. So I mean that's pretty much what I'm trying to do with real estate. But one of the things that I think I wanted to make clear, and one of the questions that I get asked a lot is real estate really passive income? And I'm going to say to a certain extent it's not passive. It is mostly passive, but you can't just ignore it and collect the rent. There's actually a lot of work associated with it. So the one big thing with real estate as compared with owning real estate in your asset as opposed to working a normal W-2 job is there's really no limit between the amount of compensation that you can get for an hour of your time. And that's really what the benefit of investing is. It's getting paid and having you're basically not trading your time for dollars. That's what the difference is. So one of the things I want to talk about a little bit is when you're first getting started building your real estate portfolio, you are going to have to put in a lot of effort. And that effort is very much dependent on what your goals are. And, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that was the book that really got me started. But, if you read his book, he kind of comes down pretty hard on the W-2 employees. He definitely pushes being an entrepreneur really hard. In my opinion, not everybody can be an entrepreneur, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with holding a normal W-2 job and working for somebody else. It's all about what's important to you. So, if you want to have that time freedom, you're going to have to be an entrepreneur or come up with, build passive income streams outside of your job. But I will be the first to tell you that comes at a cost. So, being dependent on somebody else, for your livelihood, it can be a good thing. I mean, when you're not having to stress out about the bottom line, there's absolutely something to be said about that. Both of my parents, they had small businesses at times, or still do, and it's really stressful having to worry about paying the bills and being 100% responsible versus having somebody else take that responsibility. So there is absolutely a sacrifice and a lot of stress that comes with it. As far as goals, you don't need to own 100 houses. It really just depends. I mean, the ranges, there's people, they might buy one or two houses and, maybe they're getting an extra $500 a month in passive income. That's enough to make a car payment or something like that. Or maybe that's just part of their overall investing strategy. So, that's kind of like the lower level of, what your goals are. And that's all the way up to the person that wants to become financially free in a couple of years. I obviously took the very aggressive route on this, but there was absolutely a cost. I try to talk about the positive stuff, but I think you need to understand that there's absolutely a huge sacrifice that comes, at the level if when you're buying houses weekly or every other week, or you own a lot of units. There's a lot of stress that comes with that. However many units you have, the multiplication factor, that's just how many more headaches you're going to have. So if you have 20 units versus 10, you're going to have double the issues and things that you're going to have to deal with. And then right now I'm in the growth stage of my portfolio. And, we're constantly looking for deals. We're flipping houses. We're rehabbing. And, just because you're on vacation, it doesn't mean that the problems stop. So I really learned that the hard way. Here I went on vacation a few weeks ago to Canada with my girlfriend. And, I was, it kind of got me down a little bit, but I had my phone was ringing off the hook because I had a lot of problems that just happened to happen, back here, and you can't just ignore them. So, uh, those problems don't go on vacation when you do. And that is absolutely one of the sacrifices that, you have to understand if you want to scale a business and grow it into something large. Um, for me, the short-term sacrifice of doing that is absolutely worth the long-term gains. And, I'm always trying to build systems into my business. And the longer-term plan is, my 5-year plan is to not own any single family homes. So I will say that compared to the amount of income that you get, the biggest headache is single family homes. So, as you get bigger in scale, you can start to sell those off, buy larger apartment complexes, and you could, at that point you have enough income that you can have a full-time, property manager, and you can have people that are kind of dealing with your headaches for you. But, it takes a long time to get there. We're still hiring some part-time help, just to help out with paperwork and things like that, try and take a few things off our plate. But there absolutely is a sacrifice. So I guess what I would encourage you to do is, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is probably one of my favorite books, and having a brain fart on the author right now, but Steven Covey. I mean, one of the things that he said is begin with the ending in mind with everything. That includes, your whole life plan. What do you want to accomplish? He uses the example, when you're sitting on your deathbed, what do you want people to say about you, and what do you need to do with your life so that you don't have any regrets? And financial freedom for me, that's just a small piece of the overall picture. If you know what I think is actually going to make me happy. So for me, financial freedom has nothing to do with the money. It's that later on in my life I have the time freedom to do other things that are important to me. And that's really the why that's driven me to do what I'm doing. But I will tell you right now, it is a hard grind. I'm basically working 2 full-time jobs. I'm still working my normal job, and then after hours, last night. So yesterday I was up at 4:30. I'm up at 4:30 every morning. I do my morning routine, and I do that every day. I'm at work by 7. I was on my way home and we had an issue. Actually, it wasn't an issue. We were chasing a deal yesterday. So I was on the phone with my partners and we're trying to get that figured out. And that's one thing with investing is when a deal comes across your plate, time is of the essence. It doesn't matter if it's on a Friday before you go to vacation. You have to sit down there, analyze the property. You have to make your offer, and you have to be fast. That's how you win in real estate is by being faster than the next guy. So I forget where I was going with that. Oh, okay. So I had a meeting from 5 to 6. I ran off. I got my quick workout in the gym. I came back, and then we had our weekly meeting. So basically, my day started at 4:30, and it went to 9:30 at night. I squeezed in a quick workout there, but that was pretty much my whole day. So um, they talk about work-life balance, and right now I don't have a whole lot of balance in my life. I'm aware of that. It is a sacrifice, a short-term sacrifice that I'm making right now for the greater good, a greater future. But it's absolutely part of it. If I wanted to scale things back a little bit, just do a few houses a year, that wouldn't be such a big deal. But it's just to get to where I want to go, it requires a massive amount of effort, and that absolutely requires some sacrifices. My social life has definitely suffered a little bit. Have not had as much time to hang out with friends as I would like to have. But for me, I recognize that what I'm doing today is going to allow me to have a whole lot more of that, in years down the road. And for me, that's worth it. So just want to do a quick little video here and talk a little bit about that side of it and the goal side of it, because I think it's important to recognize. So hope you guys have a good day.